overwhelmed, trapped in a maze. Small business owner, stress had me in the daze. Every problem piled up, couldn't catch a break. Thought I couldn't make it, my dreams were at stake. But then I found a group that changed my whole perspective. Our success group of a community so effective. We all chasing that dream, sharing struggles and fears. They understood my journey, wiped away my tears. Together we broke through, we rise above. No more feeling sad, we're fueled by love. Our small business is shining, reaching new heights. With the support of our success group, we're taking flight with our words strong. The vision so clear, building our dreams with no more fear. Together we're resilient, unstoppable force with our success group. Together we broke through, we rise above. No more feeling sad, we're fueled by love. Our small business is shining, reaching new heights. With the support of our success group, we're taking flight with our words strong. The vision so clear, building our dreams with no more fear. Together we're resilient, unstoppable force with our success group.
Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday, first Wednesday of February here. I'm Kylene, and I encourage transformation with positive energy.
And I'm Becky Kutzer, and I believe it takes a village to run a business.
And I'm Aaron Montgomery, and we are here to help you guys fall deeper in love with your business and do the same for us, right? So this is always a great opportunity for us to have wonderful conversation with wonderful people. In fact, we've got people already tuning in. We've got Chuck from, I believe it's warm, but
it's got to be warmer than here.
Yeah. Warm Florida, but warm Florida. Chuck, thanks for being here. We appreciate you tuning in. And we've got Barb checking in saying hello to everybody and good evening from north central Minnesota. So whenever you hear that, Kylene, do you go, home?
I do. I always want to be like, oh, that's where I'm from.
We know that. We've been through that. Okay.
I know.
I just think, neighbor.
Yeah. Understands the cold. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Excited to have a conversation with you guys. Rising tide lifts all boats, the rising tide conversation here. So this is about having conversations with you guys. But Kylene, how do we start this one off?
Well, we're going to start with some gratitude, and today is a very special day for us. The Gratitude Shift, the book that we had so many amazing people contribute their stories, Becky included. But Aaron and I were able to write this book, and it is live on Amazon today. So I'm pretty excited about that. So for me, gratitude, it's so important. And when we're in that state of gratitude, we're in a state of abundance. We can use it to kind of shift our energy into more positive energy. Hence the name of the book, The Gratitude Shift. I have a poem that I pulled up. For whatever reason, this poem speaks to me. I don't know. We can share what we're grateful for today, and then I can read the poem, or you guys want me to read the poem first? It's up to you guys.
Why don't you read the poem
first?
Yep.
Okay. So I read this, and I may have shared it on here. Maybe it was a Small Business Saturday I shared it on. But anyway, I read it sometimes in my in-person yoga classes. But anyway, it goes, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today and creates a vision for tomorrow. So, for whatever reason, that poem kind of summarizes all the power of gratitude. So that's why we want to start here today with our gratitude. Aaron or Becky, do you guys want to share what you're grateful for today?
Aaron has not gone first in a long time.
Darn it. All right. Just real quick, Chuck shared, I'm careful, even though I heard 6 more weeks of winter. It was 81 when I left work. So there you go. Is
that's
that
nice.
rubbing it in, Becky?
Maybe a little.
Okay. All right.
Maybe a little.
Just a
Because
little.
the winter is coming. I've heard 6 to 9 inches of snow this weekend. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, man. All right. Well, man, gratitude. You know what? I am going to piggyback a little bit on the book. I'm just grateful for, like you said, all the people that contributed, took some time to write a little story about their take on gratitude, in putting the book together and taking Kylene's ideas and bringing the stories and getting a lot of the parts and pieces together. Um, Obviously I'm reading the whole thing and engaged in it the whole way. And I learned so much about gratitude in the making of the book. And so I'm just really grateful for everybody that shared their thoughts on gratitude and how it helped me get even more of an understanding on it. I was definitely a novice until Kylie got her hands on me, and I'm learning more and more about it every day. But the book definitely makes me feel like I'm getting closer to mastery here.
I love it.
Yeah. Who's going next? And you guys in the comments, couple quick things. A, share what you're grateful for. We want to start there for sure. B, make sure you get out there and share this with your fellow business owners. Maybe post it in a group that maybe we're not in or something like that. Just let's get some more people in this conversation, because a rising tide does lift all boats, but we need some more people in this ocean, so to speak, to bring the tide up. So, okay, Kylie,
I will go
Becky,
next.
cool.
I actually have 2. One, I am extremely grateful for an accountant, because I spent the last 3 days finishing 2024 book work that just not good. Anyways, I'm just grateful because going forward, it's her problem and not mine. But I now really truly understand a lot more about QuickBooks, and I wish I didn't, but I do.
There you go.
And
Well,
number 2, I am so grateful for the 2 of you for putting this book out here. It's just going to be amazing to watch it grow and get into the hands of so many people.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's really what I'm grateful for. All the people that contributed their stories. Sorry, I can't talk. And for Aaron, I had an idea, and Aaron makes things happen and push this forward, and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
I would have gotten there maybe this year, but I don't know. I had the accountability partner.
Yeah. We all have our strengths, right? And sometimes
Yes.
people view my strengths as being a pain in the what, but it's okay. It's part of what I was put on this earth to do. So real quick, I wanted to bring Barb's comment in here, and Becky, you can certainly replace Minnesota with the Dakotas there, right? So Barb says, I live in Minnesota. We know whatever the groundhog says, we'll have 6 more weeks of winter.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Kylie, also tell us real quick, you got a text message from one of Lewis's teammates' moms today. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's a friendship that, obviously just started this year. And she's just a really great person. And she sent me a text, and she said that she purchased the book. And so I don't know if that's our first purchase or not, but I need to celebrate that. And it was just really neat to see that support. And like Becky said, you're not really sure who it's going to impact, these stories. And, she's someone who just recently had a big loss. So hopefully she'll find some comfort in reading it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, cool. Speaking of other things that talking to people earlier today, before we got done here, I had the pleasure of being interviewed on a podcast. A friend of mine locally here, her name's Amy Nunn, and her business is called Next to None. Nice play on words with her last name there.
That's
And
fun.
it's NUNN, so go check it out. Next to TONUNN.com. But it was really cool. We got to talk about all sorts of things. We were, after we were done, we're kind of like, man, we could have talked for another couple hours. And I'm like, you know me, I'll talk for plenty of hours. But so in there, she said, she asked about, what's coming up and what's going on. And it was really cool. I got to talk to her about the Summit of Success and just how excited I am for people to be able to have that, have those 3 days of, again, as small business owners, to have somebody pamper you, to not have to make all the decisions every day, and to all of those things, I mean, are worth the price of admission right there. And then on top of that, we're going to work on building our businesses, getting more clarity, having a plan, setting up all the parts and pieces that we need to make the rest of 2025 just, excuse my language, but kick ass. Right. So
Yep.
it was really cool to just, every time I get a chance to talk to people and it comes up, I get more and more excited. And so it was really awesome that I had a chance to talk to her about it. She was like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. So I think people are starting to see it. So hopefully we'll have some people reaching out to Becky here soon and saying, hey, I want my spot.
Yeah. I mean, just to add to that, it's hard for us sometimes to invest in us. It's easy to invest in something, but this is like an investment in yourself. And it's really important to give you the courage, the strength, the self-care you need to keep moving forward and continue to do hard things and thrive. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Exciting.
Yeah. Very, very good stuff. All right. Well, what should we talk about today, you guys?
Well, first and foremost, it is the first Wednesday of the month. So I want to know who has their bingo boards out, who's been looking at them, who's filled them out, who's got what done on them.
There you go.
So
it is Web Wednesday as well. So, Craig, I know you got a bingo board if you're tuned in. But Kylene, you got yours, right?
It's on the fridge right now.
Oh.
It's not up here. I do not have any need for a dauber yet. I will have some things hopefully soon, and for sure by March 1st, or whatever, the first week of March when we talk about it again, I will have some filled out. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
How about you, Becky?
I have one that I got to cross off. I don't know if I get to count it for sure since it happened on the 5th and not the 31st, but I'm going to still count it as a win. First of all, it's before the tax meeting, so anything's a bonus when it's done before the tax meeting. So that one is off that I've gotten taken care of. So, and the other, there's a couple that I get to just add check marks to because they're things that will continue to happen. As far as, like attending MOS meetings and that kind of stuff. So those need to have check marks and all the things to say I did them before they can be completely marked off. So those will get marked off at some point too, but I need to give them a little more time and stuff like that. So I have one.
Yay, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is really awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So who else, you guys that are in the chat right now, let us know if you've got your bingo board. I will be honest. I do not have mine. I do not have one. So I have not put one together yet. And I don't know. I'm not sure if I need to justify or if I can just let it go or whatever. But yeah, I love the idea of it. It has not kind of percolated to the top of like, oh my gosh, I have to do that for me personally. Right.
I think it's because he's never actually played bingo.
That could be.
I think you're right, Becky. He doesn't understand the fun behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
You've never got to fill in all the squares and yell bingo.
Yeah.
Before somebody else did.
That is true. I have not ever been able to do that. So
we are going to have to go to a bingo emporium here when we all get together.
Can't believe that they're called bingo emporiums. That's amazing.
Well, that's the one we grew up with, was an emporium.
Yeah. We didn't have that called with. Of course, it only happened when we had certain events around town, but
gotcha.
Gotcha.
Well, and I think this is important for everybody, right? Like what works for you works for you. And so, I don't want people to feel like, oh man, you didn't do this or you didn't do that, and therefore you're not going to be successful. That's
Right.
not true. You have to find out what works for you. And, the like we were just talking about, right? I don't have this connection to the bingo thing. And so I love it. I think it's an awesome idea. I know that Julie from Masters of Success has got one.
Mhm.
Um,
Craig has
Andy, Craig has one. Andy from Masters of Success has one.
one. Mhm.
Obviously Kylene has one that I put on the on the refrigerator because she's like, I haven't printed it out yet, and so I printed it and slapped it on the refrigerator.
And I see it every day, several
Yeah,
times
there
a
you go.
day. So.
There you go. I should put it down by the freezer so when you go to get ice cream.
Ooh, I think he's
Ooh.
tattling on you.
Well, she makes some for me too, so I'm
Oh.
I
telling
was
you.
gonna say, I never just get it for myself.
Yeah,
There's
yeah. So
2 other people in this house
I
that
love that. Yeah.
seem to perk up.
All right. So again, who's got a bingo board? Or I guess maybe another question would be, how else are you tracking your goals? Right? What's your method? We talked about that as a scoreboard. So those of you that watch the goals to reality webinar series, and then those that participated in the workshop there, right? It really is about having a scoreboard, and that bingo board is a very cool and as Kylie mentioned, fun way to have a scoreboard there. So
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right.
And
What else?
I just like that you shared that, that part, or that method didn't necessarily match you, but that
Yeah,
doesn't mean it won't match for other people. And
yeah.
um,
And-
do you want to share how you're doing yours? Because you're pretty, like you paste yours on different sheets around the house, and you have your morning routine.
Yeah.
So you always have it right in front of you.
Yep. Yep. I have affirmations that are aligned with my goals. I have them on a sheet. I have a scoreboard behind me in my crazy office area upstairs that kind of Kylene calls it my beautiful mind area. And so yeah, so that's my scoreboard, right? Like I have this all of the stuff on the whiteboard there, but then I keep them in front of me daily with affirmations and just kind of making sure that is when we look at them like that, when we keep them in front of us like that, when we have the bingo board available to us to look at, right? Then when we're in that moment of like, what should I do now? Is this something I should say yes to, or is this something that maybe is not serving me right now, and I should say maybe not right now? Having that there, that gives you that ability to just make that call. Okay, easy, right? Doesn't align right now with my goals. Perfect. Thanks for the opportunity. No thanks. I can get back to you later. That type of thing. So I think that's really important. Now, I will say this. It's okay to have multiple. I do plan on having a bingo board at some point. Like I said, I just wasn't inspired to get there yet. And but I think it's fun, right? Like you said, it's an opportunity when we do this as a community. That's another part of this. So the Becky said that every time we would do this once a month, we'd bring up the bingo board. So I'm glad that you remembered. And we do it on the Grounds for Success Day. So earlier today, we had a Zoom meeting where we had some people joining us, and we just kind of had like almost a mini mastermind session. And we talked about what was working. We talked about what challenges people had, and one person was there and talking about the fact that they're at that stage of needing to potentially bring in some employees, but they're having a hard time making the decision on financially when that's the right choice and stuff like that. So we got to talk through that. And so it was really, really awesome. And so that's a good reminder for us that I will remember that. So I will make a commitment to you guys by next Grounds for Success meeting. I will have a bingo board. Okay. I'm writing that down.
I like it.
I was bummed that I missed that Grounds for Success this morning because I sure enjoyed the last couple. I was not opening any apps. I opened the least amount of tabs on my computer as possible in order to finish my accounting, my bookwork, because I knew if I got sidetracked, I knew if whatever, it was already taking 3 days. So I just had to buckle down and say, no to everything else and just get it done. So
There you go.
I mean, that's awesome. I mean, you knew it was important and you got it done.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that is an important decision to make, right? Like we're going to have those moments where, you had to make that decision, Becky. And I think that's really important that you shared that. You had to make that decision. Would you have liked to have been there? Absolutely. Did your priorities tell you that you needed to focus on getting that book work done so you can kind of get back into your groove? Absolutely. And I think that's an awesome realization there. And I appreciate you sharing that with everybody.
Yeah.
I just don't think I mean, for me, at noon when I think it was right after lunch that I finally finished it. But I mean, and I know I didn't take near enough time to celebrate because I jumped right into the next thing because then I had things that had to go keep moving along. But in the background, I can still feel it. There's a lot of stress gone. You don't realize how much of that you're hanging on to when you've got projects like that are, I mean, I have one more project for me that's like that's still got the stress induced fear sitting there. And so I mean, that book work's been sitting there for a long time that I could have been working on it, but I didn't want to. I wanted to pretend I didn't know how, which I still learned a lot of things because that's just how it went. But it's, you're paralyzed by it because you just, I mean, first of all, I knew it was going to be a daunting task.
Yeah.
It was actually maybe 3 days instead of maybe it was the 10 I thought I had in my head. I don't know. I mean, it did feel like it was going to take forever. So, but I feel like that's with any of our projects. I mean, how big can we get that project made in our head when we're thinking about it? Because it's not something we normally do. For me, I found some of those projects are the ones I shouldn't take on. Because if I'm not excited and willing to do them right away, it also leads me to believe that that's probably not something that's in my realm of what my business is wanting or should be doing. So something to consider when you're looking at the projects or the what's the word I'm looking for? The scope of your work. Why am I'm such at a loss for words right now? So, just like I said, there's just different things. I've decided that my niche for my business, for my shirt business, is truly shirts, apparel, that kind of stuff. I do a few other things, but when I say yes to a few things and I don't do them and don't want to do them right away, I know those are the ones that I should not be saying yes to.
Yep.
So
yeah, and that's awesome that you had that insight to that. It is true. I know some things get put on my list every week and I need to get it done, but those are the things that are a little bit outside my comfort zone. They're the things that don't really necessarily bring me joy, but I do need to do that, right? And you needed to do that accounting. Like that was something you needed to do, and you dedicated the time and put yourself in a position to reach that goal. And I think that's huge.
Absolutely. Cool. All right. So, one of the things, speaking of grounds for success, is I, being as it's February, and I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the program, and I know Becky is, and Kylene are very familiar. But those of you that are tuned in, one of our close friends that we met through Fundamentals Live, Chandler, runs a nonprofit organization called the Grace Period. And I'm going to actually put a link into the chat here if you want to go check it out. Anyhow, they are selling Valentine's Day cookies right now as a fundraiser for this nonprofit. So they tax write off. And I said anybody who came to Grounds for Success this morning, I would do a drawing and send them a box of cookies. So I forgot we were so enthralled in talking. You're gonna have to buy your own, you two.
I know.
Make it, we got so enthralled in the conversation, I forgot to do the drawing. So, do you guys mind if I do it here?
Yeah.
I wanted
to that'd be awesome.
We're gonna see if I can do this. I'm kind of playing in the background. So, any technical issues? Let's see what happens here. So, I'm making a switch. Let's see what happens. Okay, now we need to get Becky back in here. Now I'm going to add there's the wheel of names. I don't know how to make it bigger, so we're just going to leave it like that. Maybe I can. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Let's see if I can.
Close. Just
There we go.
There we
That's
go.
better. That's better. Okay. So you can see the wheel of names there. It has got Julie, Chandler, Doug, Craig, and Vicky. That's who joined us this morning. So you guys ready for me to spin this?
Yeah. Do you have sound effects or not?
We'll see. I think I've got them set. Let's see if I shared the sound. But all right, here we go.
If it's Chandler, I'm going to tell you it's rigged.
Yeah. Oh, it
Chandler.
is.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna spin again because I'll buy her a box too. But yeah, we don't want to rig this. I didn't even think about that until you said that. All right, so we're closing that. Chandler's out. So Julie, Doug, Craig, Vicky, who is going to get the cookies? Oh shoot, there. Okay, spinning. One of the gentlemen.
Yay.
All right,
Love
Doug,
it.
congratulations.
Doug.
Hopefully you can have cookies, but if not, give them to somebody. And so there we go. I'll reach out, Doug, and get your address. And let's get this back off of the screen there. All right, cool. Thank you guys for letting me do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's so funny. I hear that the wheel of names, and it brings a little anxiety for me sometimes. In one of my trainings at the VA, they use that to call people out. And so
Really?
they're quite, yes.
I don't remember that. That's awesome. That's interesting. Not awesome. That's interesting is what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
But that's funny because I don't know if you hear it from my office, but I use it pretty regularly to like figure out, okay, I've got my list of tasks. There's, whatever. Today it was like actually pretty long. There was 30 things on the list, and I just spin it. I go, okay, what's next?
So I can hear the end when it goes whatever. I can hear that part. It's the spinning of the wheel part that
That gets you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
the naughty wheel. I think we nicknamed it the wheel of anxiety.
The naughty wheel. I like it, Barb. That's funny. All right. Well, there's some things. Let's take a quick break here, and then we'll come back. When we come back, and unless you've got some other things there, Becky, but I'd like to hear what Chuck, Barb, whoever's tuned in right now, anything that's happening in your business. Maybe it's something good that we can talk about. Maybe it's a challenge or some place where you're stuck. Anything like that, we're happy to take that on. And then Becky, if you've got anything else, okay. Awesome. You mentioned, yeah. So, okay. Well, let's hear about SOS real quick here. And then
He has a very good memory.
Introducing the Summit of Success Business Retreat, a rustic lodge with all the modern conveniences and spectacular views will provide the ultimate retreat to recharge, refocus, and reignite your business ambitions. Join us at Coteau de Prairie's Lodge for expert insights, meaningful connections, and a space to dream big. Limited spots are available. Reserve yours today at osg.link/SOS.
there we go.
Woo. I see that one room when the sun shines through the window, like super bright. And that just I don't know. I can just picture myself there.
The one that gets me is the sunset one where it's the silhouette of the lodge.
Oh,
I just saw a sunset very similar to that the other night. And so
Oof.
I'm like, we just need to be there.
Absolutely.
We do.
Yeah. Can't wait. Awesome. All right. Well, again, now's the time, you guys. So make sure that you're reaching out to us or just going over there and looking at details, but you can just have a conversation with us. We're not the types, and even if we were, I don't think this is something that you can quote unquote sell somebody on, right? Like, we just want to talk to you about, could this be the right opportunity for you? Is this something that would be beneficial? Is it worth your time and money? And we believe it is for a lot of folks, but not for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. And so honestly, it's just a conversation to make sure that it is something that's worth taking a look at. If it's something that you need to, you know, we still got a little bit of time before we have to call it, but it's coming up here, so you need to start putting away and letting us know that you're somebody that's interested in this. And so whatever the easiest way is to do that, reach out to us, send us a DM, whatever, put a comment in here and say I'm interested. Yeah, so don't feel like you're this is difficult or anything like that. Just we want it to be simple, so just reach out to us, and we're happy to have those conversations with you. So anything else on that, Becky?
No.
Okay, all right, Kylene, any other thoughts from you?
Just if you are curious and you do have some questions, we're not going to just continue to, we're not going to harass you. We're not going to like hold you accountable just because you reached out, like expect you to say yes. We, like Erin said, we really want it to be a fit for you. And so we'll be as honest as we can about what's going to happen there and address any of the concerns. And hopefully it's a good fit. But just know that I don't think any of us are high pressure people.
No.
Yeah, I only hold people accountable when they ask to be held accountable. Okay, make sure that we're clear on that. I'm not just a jerk. All right. I love it. Okay, well, that's coming up. Some good stuff here. What's happening in February for everybody? Becky, anything on the horizon for you? Exciting stuff happening for you?
I have to go look at the calendar.
Okay.
I know we've got state wrestling and that, I have like that kind of stuff coming up.
Okay. Cool.
My husband's been gone for a week, so it'll be good when he gets back, if he can get back after the snow comes this weekend. Okay. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. My schedule is, other than accounting this week is kind of open at the moment. So nice. I would love to fill it in with a few one-on-one type meetings and networking options for some people and go from there.
Cool. Are you, I know you had a chance to go to Long Beach. You got any other trips like that on the horizon?
Not till the end of March. I will go the end of March, 1st of April for DTF Expo, I believe it is.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you're not going to Atlantic City, are you? Okay.
No, right. Phoenix.
Yep.
Mesa.
Yep.
So awesome. Good time of year to be there.
Yep, absolutely. Because a couple months later, you don't want to be there. You might, based on where you're at right now. But
till about June, I might be okay.
Yeah. Kylene, what about you? What's some big events coming up for you?
Well, I have an in-person class, and then obviously teaching Thursday mornings virtually. Back doing that, and love it. Keegan, who's Erin's son, he joins me. He's my regular. I love it. So would love to have you guys join if anyone wants to join. It's a half hour in the mornings on Thursdays, 6:30 Central Time. I know it's early for some of you. But yeah, that we have volleyball. We have just over a month left of Lewis's volleyball, and so that's kind of exciting. And then obviously we'll have a virtual launch party when I invite people to it for the gratitude shift. So it'll be virtual. It'll be over Zoom. So stay tuned on some invites for that. Love to have you guys there and just connect and talk about the book or just talk about gratitude or whatever is going on. We're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. So go to riseshinesmile.com for that. I didn't put the link up earlier, but for Summit of Success, you can go to osg.link/SOS.
Just an FYI, we are missing comments happening on the Facebook side because I happen to see a notification pop up, and Chandler has been commenting and Julie have been commenting on there, and we're not getting them on this side. So FYI.
Thank you for letting us know.
We'll have to go back through those and stuff. So
yep, I see them now,
but they're not showing on our stuff in our studio side. We apologize to everybody that was commenting on the Facebook side.
Yeah.
And not,
Wow, there's a whole bunch of
I
that is
know.
We're not ignoring you guys.
No, I feel terrible.
yeah, I do too. Well, I've got a ticket open with them right now, so maybe we'll. Okay, fun stuff. Technology, right? Who was I talking to that was having some technology challenges? Oh, somebody from our Handmade Seller Society mastermind yesterday was lamenting some of the technology challenges, and they're going to happen. They're just part of life, right? So gotta accept it. All right.
Well, thank you guys all for being on the Facebook side and playing along with us when we weren't playing very well.
Chandler said, I'm just looking at some of the comments now. Chandler says, I thought my mic was off.
Yeah.
All right.
We're very, very sorry. But I will take Chandler's cook. No, I'm just kidding. Just donate them.
That's the one that's the one comment you saw. Huh?
Well, that's because she tagged me in it.
That's awesome.
I love it. Man, okay, so we got Wendy and Craig, and wow.
Yeah, we had lots of people on that side.
I am so sorry. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, based on that, then let's kind of start wrapping up. I did want to share one other thing that I've got coming up. If anybody is interested, this is a free opportunity. I'm involved in a couple of these virtual kind of programs. So if you guys remember last year, I did a program called Entrepreneurship, and that was fun. I got to do the superhero presentation, and then earlier in the year, I did a program called Pathways to Paydays, and I got to do a presentation there. And now I'm doing a presentation next week with a event called Authentic Marketing Summit. It's a really cool program. It's actually a 3-day event, so tons of speakers. I think there's 30, 40 speakers, something like that. My session will be on the 13th, on that Thursday there. But you can pop in and out and come and check it out. So anyhow, totally free. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would just sign up, even if you can't make it. And if you sign up and you let me know that you signed up and you can't make it, I can only control my session, but I will send you a link to watch the recording of my session at the very least. If I can get the rest of it, I will definitely share that with you guys too. But so part of the program is we got to get a certain number of people to sign up. Sure, most of you signed up for some of these other programs, so you're not really getting on any extra email lists, and you can just unsubscribe if you don't want it. But go to osg.link/clarity-am. And AM's not for Aaron. I'm not trying to be egotistical. It's for authentic marketing. I read it after I read it after I said it, and I was like, oh man, I'm kind of being a little bit egotistical there. That's not good, but it's okay. So I think that's about it. Will you guys have anything else?
No, we were very light this week, guys. We would really like some comments and some suggestions on things that you guys are either struggling with or want to talk about or have questions about or anything like that. And we definitely missed Chandler's comments here and stuff. So I can't wait to go back and reread everything and see if I can figure out where they all belong into. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Aaron, don't you have another event this month? Aren't you traveling?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm heading to DAX at the end of the month.
Is that Kansas City?
Yeah, Kansas City. Sorry. Yep, DAX, Kansas City. I'm trying to decide if I take the train again. I really enjoyed it, but
I want to go on the train.
It was awesome. And it really didn't take us any extra time. The only problem with the train is because my session on Friday is in the afternoon, I could technically drive on Friday and skip the hotel stay on Thursday night. But if I took the train, I'd have to go on Thursday. So
I'd be taking the train.
I know. I have the hotel for Thursday night. I'm just trying to kind of figure it out. So we'll make that call once it gets a little closer. We can cancel that last night. But the train was pretty darn cool. So try to take that more often. All right. So now I'm also digging through all of the Facebook comments right now. You guys are hilarious over there. Thank you for that. Chandler said redheaded stepchildren over here.
Oh.
Or redheads. All right. Well, as Becky said, you guys, we would love to hear anything that we can talk about. I know Craig had mentioned in the Facebook group earlier, talking about scheduling and using the business suite, the Meta business suite to schedule and stuff like that. So if anybody has somebody that is really good on that, like I can probably do something. I use it pretty much every day, but I wouldn't consider myself like an expert at it. I mean, honestly, I just schedule stuff. So, but I'd happy to share anything if somebody has a specific question. Craig had mentioned kind of automation and workflow, I think is what he had said, or something along those lines.
The only extra automation I learned was when we had a few of us girls out of the Masters of Success got together about Canva and having it linked right in from Canva and scheduling there. So thank you to Chandler for having brought that together, and we all learned back and forth on that. That was kind of phenomenal to just get together and share what we knew about it, you know. So I definitely learned a few things I hadn't used in Canva, and let's get Canva has so much to use, it's not even funny. So, but the one was about scheduling into Facebook. So,
Cool.
Gotcha.
Very cool.
Okay. Oh, okay. Chandler did say, so I'm looking at the Facebook group over here because I can't put it up, but she did say, actually call you all out. I think my last two suggestions still need to be put in the mix somewhere.
oh crap.
Okay. So we're going to ask you. I'm
calling us out.
Thank you for calling us out.
Yeah.
Now, Chandler, give us your last two suggestions again. Craig just said using Trello. So
I love Trello.
you're the Trello master, so I think
Yes.
that's a good
Oh,
idea.
I don't know about that, but I can definitely tell you what I know, which probably would be a short show, but
Okay.
so yes, we can do Trello.
Okay. I'm writing these down so we have them, but I'm waiting for Chandler to put her two ideas that we forgot about. Apparently, Penny, do you remember? You don't remember those?
This needs to be stated. Craig said he was still waiting on word on his two images being accepted into the juried art show, and 100% on Center Square. So we'll be waiting to hear and see how that goes for him.
Oh,
There's 63 comments. Is that for real?
They had a lot of conversation over there.
apparently, if we don't, they'll just go. Okay, so Wendy just added something. Man, we just got to keep going. I've got to run, but you guys might want to tackle this. Wendy says, I learned this week that carousels are hot on Facebook. Guess you can design them in Canva.
Oh,
What
cool.
is?
So a carousel where you put a number of different pictures.
Oh.
And it kind of goes on automation.
Okay, so Chandler's was how to work with people who say they know how to do the job but actually don't, aka interns.
Okay.
Yes, we did talk about that.
Yep, I remember that now.
Okay. And then 2, dealing with investors or bosses that aren't in the day-to-day operation. Okay.
Well, me, myself, and I get in trouble all the time because we don't listen. And I always tell, when anybody starts talking about their boss, I'm like, yeah, mine's a witch. I might have used a different word, but it was cool.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, good stuff there. We will get over and well, if Kylene and Becky, you guys could jump in there and try to reply to as many of those comments as you could. And I'll try to jump in there a little bit later too. But now we got some things. So stay tuned next week, let's pick one while we're here before I run. You guys, out of those 3 or 4 things there, anyone stand out? It would be a good one for next week.
Well, since Chandler's been waiting, I think we need to pick between one of hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chandler, which one would you prefer? Is that good, or is there one that you would rather cover?
They're both good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Chandler, we'll tune in and see what you suggest here. Wendy says, thanks all. Have a great afternoon. Thanks, Wendy, for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to figure out the comments thing too. So
Yeah.
I guess now we need to look before, because I was wondering, I'm like, man, there's only a couple people here, but those are just the people on the YouTube side. So,
Right.
oh, little Facebook, play nicely, would you? Okay. Okay, Chandler, we're gonna, so dealing with the kind of investors, bosses that aren't in the day to day, but stick their nose in things, and
She's
people
not
that
referring to you, is she?
Yeah.
possibly.
No.
It's okay. You can talk about me in front of my face. Interns, okay. All right. So interns next week.
Yep.
Employees, interns, working with people, right? And even if you're a solopreneur, this will be good, because the fact that at some point, right, you're going to need to have some secondary help. So maybe gosh, I need to have mom, dad come help me, right? Or
Yeah.
the kids helping in the shop every once in a while, right? This is about relationships. So I think we'll have a great conversation about that next week. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
That'd be great.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. We will
Yes.
talk to you guys soon.
Have a great week.
See you guys.